With the increasing cost to attend school, many college students don't have enough money to buy a sufficient amount of food. A recent solution on Eastern Michigan University's campus has been Swoops Food Pantry. To learn more about the program, we sat down with Pantry's founder, Haley Moraniec.
My name is Haley Moraniec. I am studying social work and I'll be graduating this April. I am the student project coordinator and founder of Swoops Student Food Pantry. I wrote a proposal to start Swoops Student Food Pantry in May of 2014. I began noticing that, like myself, many of my peers struggled with the decision of choosing to pay for their tuition fees, their books, or paying for things that are needs, like food and personal hygiene items, or any medical expenses that came up. After doing quite a bit of research, I realized that Eastern was kind of behind the times and that we were one of the few universities that don't have a resource for their students like this. And so I wrote the proposal, and in February of 2015, the Board of Regents gave us their blessing and we opened the doors to Swoops Student Pantry in September. Swoops offers both perishable and non-perishable food items. We also have personal hygiene items, and sometimes we have random donations like winter coats and gloves, things like that. So since we opened in September, we have served over 500 students, and it's become quickly evident that the food pantry is a need on our campus. Our current goal is to find a larger space because we've quickly outgrown our capacity. Long-term goals, I'd like to see the pantry grow and offer additional services like finding housing for students who are experiencing housing instability. I'd also like to eventually serve some sort of hot meals or something. I think that would be great. So all of our students are required to fill out an intake form, but that's all confidential. Nobody has access to that form except for myself and a faculty member. We have all of the people who work and volunteer in the pantry sign confidentiality forms, and we also are in a confidential location so that students aren't seen carrying bags or anything out of the pantry. Some of the challenges we've faced in opening a food bank on campus is the stigma around being hungry. I know that more than 500 students on our campus experience some type of temporary food insecurity, and getting those students to come forward and ask for help has been a challenge. It's also been difficult just kind of balancing, breaking down the barriers of getting food assistance and also the confidentiality piece. So we want to be excited that we have a food pantry, but we also don't want to overstep our boundaries. Food insecurity isn't the only challenge that college students face. There are so many barriers to completing college successfully. I mean, transportation, childcare, housing, those are three really big issues that students have trouble covering the costs of, and we don't really have any additional resources on our campus to help figure those things out. Colleges having these additional resources on their campus is really important. Creating a food bank, I know in the long term, is going to have an effect on increased retention rates, and it could even encourage somebody to come back to college. So say a non-traditional student wanted to come back to college but they don't have money to pay for books or something. Well, getting rid of a grocery bill in order to pay for a textbook could be really beneficial. I guess one of my favorite things about starting this pantry is all of the different people I've come into contact with. Students, faculty, community members, just talking about this and breaking down stigma around being hungry has been really special, I guess you could say. There's also been some really funny moments, like I never thought I'd carry so much food across campus. I'll be walking to class and a professor will hand me a gallon of milk and be like, oh, here, take this to the pantry, and it's been funny. So Swoops Student Food Pantry is located in 376 Marshall, and our hours are Monday through Thursday, 3 to 6 p.m. We're also open the second Saturday of every month from 10 to 1.
For more information regarding Swoops Food Pantry, you can contact them by email at swoopspantry@emich.edu, by phone at 734-487-4173, or visit the website at www.emich.edu/swoopspantry.